Hey, it's Walt, and we're here on this Sunday with another day of free daily sports bets. All right, please like the video and subscribe. We have four games on the slip today, so let's get straight to it. First bet, early morning London game, Falcons versus Jets, over 45 points. This game, you have two teams whose offenses can arguably be classified as on life support. Neither team is averaging 20 points a game. You know, the Jets are well under 20 points, but they are giving up more than double what they score. Like I said, they'll be in London. The Jets will be confident. Zach Wilson got his first NFL win. They put up the most points that they've scored all year to date, which is 27. And the Falcons, despite taking that L to the Washington team last week, they also put up their highest scoring display so far this week with 30. All right, so I like this game to go over 45 points. All right, our next game, we got the Buccaneers team total over 29.5 points. The Bucks will be back home with the first two games they have scored 31 and 48 at home. I think being back in Florida, versus the Dolphins, after two big games on the road, I mean, they had the red hot Rams. A lot was talked about that game. Brown was out. Gronk got hurt early, which I do think hurt their offense a bit. But now they're back home where they're averaging over 30 points per game, and you have a Dolphins team who their defense is giving up 12 more points than they've averaged all year. So you have a very bad Dolphins defense that I believe, just like um, Brady feasted on the Falcons' poor defense, he'll do the same with the Dolphins. And not to mention that I also, when he was in New England, he's played the Dolphins, but twice a year. So I'm expecting that he's going to be, it might not be familiar since there's been some obvious defensive changes, player changes since he's been in New England, but he's been so used to beating up on the Dolphins all these years. I think he'll snap right back into it this time with the best weapons he's had in years. All right. So the next bet, we're gonna go with the New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys over 52.5 points. The Red Hat Cowboys will be at home for the third straight week where they have put up 41 and 36 in the previous two home games. Both games went over. All right. Now, this will be a divisional game, but I don't think it will be a battle of the defenses. Despite the Cowboys having a much improved defense this year, they're still teams are still scoring on them. I mean, they're primarily taking the ball away, but I think with a sneaky good Danny Dimes, I really think Daniel Jones is not. I think he doesn't get the credit that he get more criticism than he deserves. If you look at his stats, if you look at him play, he's a legitimate quarterback. And at least to me, it seems like every year the more experience he gets better and better. In the past years, last year Saquon was out the whole year. So that makes things a little bit difficult. Now, Saquon is coming back. He's getting stronger and stronger each game. And that's one of the primary reasons that I like this one to also go over. All right. Now, the next bet is going to be the 49ers. One, two, three, four. Actually, we got five bets. 49ers versus Cardinals over 48.5 points. Now, this right here is my bargain bet of the day. 48.5 points to me for this game is way too low. So far this year, in my opinion, the 49ers defense is living off of their reputation and not actual results. They're allowing almost 26 points per game. And Arizona. I mean, the number one offense in the league. After you saw the acquisitions that they made this offseason, To me, the biggest one was AJ Green. I knew they were going to be good. You could see Kyler Murray getting better incrementally each year. I knew a fully healthy Kyler Murray, they were going to be a problem, and they're so far so good. All right, so to me, on the 49ers side, it looks like Trey Lance will be starting. The Cardinals defense have little to no film on him. I mean, he hasn't really played that much in the NFL this year. Um, he didn't play much in college. I don't know how much stock you want to take into college footage when you're talking about NFL anyway, if you're a defensive coordinator. So, I definitely think that this is a bargain bet at over 48.5 points. All right. Now, the final bet, I won't go into too much of an explanation. It's self-explanatory in my opinion. Bills versus Chiefs over 56.5 points. These are two high-powered offenses. This is another divisional game. A lot is at stake. A lot of conversation has been had this year. People are saying, is Buffalo defense this? Is it that? And in my opinion, I don't think they're as good as they're being the numbers are being led to tell. All right. This will, without a shadow of a doubt, be the best offensive threat they faced so far this year. And they're not going to hold down a Pat Mahomes offense in Kansas City. All right. So I definitely think that it's going to be a shootout. On the other side of the ball, Buffalo Bills, you got Josh Allen. Every year he's getting better and better. And, I think because of how much they've been dominating the teams they have been, his numbers and statistics have been not as desirable as they could be. But I think that today he will have his best offensive output so far this year because he's going to have to. All right. So that does it for me. Good luck, happy betting, and most importantly, never bet more than you can afford to lose.